What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Gakis, and today we have the vault guide for the Terminus range location in Borderlands 4, showcasing everything you need to know about how to unlock and complete this hidden vault. We're talking all of the silo locations, all of the vault key fragment locations, the vault door location, and how to complete the vault itself. And so, let's get started. Now guys, I've already done vault guides on the Fairfields location, so that's linked right up above right now, as well as the Carcadia Burn location, and now that's linked right up above. You can do these in whatever order, so check those guides out if you need them as well. Now, quickly, the process of unlocking these vaults involves the following. You find a silo. When you activate that silo, it gives you a rough area of where a vault key fragment is located. You search this area until you find the vault key fragment. Once you get enough fragments, you get the rough area of the vault door. You search around and find the door. Once you find the door, you can open the vault, head through, and fight a big bad vault boss at the end, and hopefully get showered in loot. Now, let's go over the first vault and associated fragment location with the first silo, which is called the Covered Charge, located right here on the world map. So once you activate this silo, here is the rough location of the vault key fragment. So you want to head to this area, and you can see in the background gameplay like the route we take to find this key specifically, but importantly, you ignore the kind of bar, the club that's located near here, and instead you head off to the right of that bar, of that club. You head up this cliffside, and at the top you can find the vault key fragment right here, guys. Now moving on from there, the next silo we're going to look at is Deathright. So once you activate this silo, here is the location of the fragment on your map. So head over there, and in terms of where it is specifically, well, you're gonna have this massive base here that you're fighting within, like a ton of enemies, and it's gonna be within this base. So what you actually need to do is, you can see we kind of head to the top level, then we're gonna go down through like this doorway specifically right here, and it's going to be like sitting just on this, I don't know, crate right here, guys. And moving on from there, the final silo is quite a bit to the south of this location, called the Reliquary, and you can see it on the world map right here. And when you activate this silo, here is the location it tells you to go on the world map, just a bit to the north. So you can see us head over there. And specifically, you want to use like the rope grapple point that you get for unlocking this silo. So you attach to here, it shoots you up, and then you want to fly over to this kind of jutting out cliff. You're going to run inside the nearby cave, and then in this cave, guys, you're going to find the final vault fragment you need. However, again, you don't have to do it in that order. You can unlock these in whatever order. Now, once you finally have all of the vault key fragments, guys, it is going to give you the rough location of the vault entrance, which is right here on your map. Now, specifically, this I would say was the hardest one for us to find because it's not out in the open. As you can see right here, I'm going to drive beside this kind of a big mountain here, and you can see the entrance to a cave right here. It is specifically going in this cave where you will find this vault entrance, as you can see right here, guys. So when you do, you're going to head in and you get the Vault of Origo or Origo or whatever it's called, but you're going to head in here. Once you're inside the vault, always check those vendors. There's so many legendaries inside these vendors, it's crazy, but grab the quest and then things will start. Now, if you haven't done any vaults before, because you can do these in whatever order, here's how it's going to work. You're going to use these jump pads to go forward. Then there's an area where you have a bunch of enemies spawn. It's just a mobbing area. You might have some harder to beat enemies, like some badass enemies, but overall, nothing too crazy. But once you defeat all the enemies in an area, you get another jump pad that will take you to an intermediate area. These intermediate areas usually have a respawn zone as well as some ammo chests, and then you get on another jump pad which sends you to another area where there's a bunch of enemies. You keep doing this and you're alternating between, area where there's a fight, middle area to stock up and get a respawn zone. Eventually, however, you will encounter a bit of a special boss, and I want to mention this because this may be the first time you encounter this guy. However, they start spawning a ton post-campaign and as you get a higher level, but you will eventually find one of these enemies right here that has a unique purple shield. So you can only kill these guys by shooting the purple crystals on this enemy. Now, importantly, when you do, you can see there are these like purple wisps that appear. These will, if left unkilled, or you can kill the boss fast while they're in the air, they will reattach to the boss and spawn more of these crystal shields. So again, make sure if you're not able to DPS the boss down quickly while his crystal shield is gone, you need to kill these wisps, or again, they will reattach and you'll have to re-kill that shield. Now, aside from that, guys, you're then going to get to the last area. Keep in mind there is going to be an ammo vending machine and a health vending machine like here. If you need ammo before the big bad boss fight, you can get it here. And then we get the Rift boss, as you can see. So in terms of the mechanics of this boss, well, importantly, this is a flying boss. It will come to the ground a couple of times, but mainly it's in the air. And I mention that because there's a lot of incredible guns and grenades that aren't really going to be too effective against this boss when it's flying around. So just keep that in mind when deciding your final loadout for this boss. We kind of had no problem with this boss, to be honest with you, but some mechanics you do want to be aware of is that, first of all, guys, the boss will actually, when it flies up into the air, it'll shoot a barrage of missiles, kind of very difficult to ignore. Then it will start repeatedly slamming the ground and doing massive ground damage, right? But if you look, there's actually these like air vents coming out of the ground, and as you can see, you can grapple them and they give you an updraft. So they actually give you the ability to fly up in the air, as you can see me doing in the background gameplay, to avoid some of these ground attacks. So if you find yourself like you're standing there and you're just insta-dying because of the boss's ground attacks, you need to be grappling up and getting pushed up into the air because of these vents. So make sure you are doing that, guys. Now, we actually did a Moxie's Encore and fought him again, and the only other thing I would again point out is in terms of the boss's mechanics, we have a lot of attacks here that are very big, like AoE attacks. You can see like the second time, I'm just staying well away from this boss. Now, something new he did the second time is he's gonna shoot out all these like fireballs in a massive area. Dude, I barely even know how to avoid this. I guess get behind where these are falling, but yeah, they definitely are gonna coat the ground in a lot of damage. So again, it's like using those updrafts, getting out of the way of this stuff by getting above it is definitely a strategy here. You want to be flying just as much as the boss. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be how to defeat this vault, and hopefully you get some sick loot. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Borderlands 4 content, let me know in the comment section down below. Guys, if you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.